All right, welcome everyone to the Essential Information session for newly admitted students here at UCLA. So this presentation is designed to welcome international students, give you guys a little bit of an overview of what Dashew Center is and what we do with our students, how we support them throughout their journey here at UCLA. So to get started, let me introduce our presenters of the day. It's me, Caroline Threlkill. I am the communications coordinator for Dashew Center. We have Jenna Bustamante, who is our program supervisor, and we have Tina Nguyen, who is our assistant director for the F1 unit. And in addition to us, we also have some of our student staff here online in the Zoom call, which is Marcus and Kong Pop. So welcome, and let me share a little bit about UCLA. So UCLA is a major school. There is a lot of diversity on campus, and a huge campus, many students, student associations, majors, and grad students as well. So a little bit of, stats from UCLA. UCLA is ranked #1 in the top public university in the national rankings of 2022, which is pretty awesome. And it's also #9 in world reputation rankings. So out of all the universities in the world, you are at the #9 in reputation. So get excited because you are in a great school and about to enter an amazing journey. So UCLA has over 12,000 international students and scholars, and we represent 120 countries in our office. And as you know, we also have not only international students, but also international scholars who come to teach at UCLA. And the Dashew Center supports different visas of international students that come to the United States on a visa. So let me share a little bit about how to get involved with the Dashew Center. So the Dashew Center for you will be a main hub for everything you may need throughout your journey. We assist with visa services. We have counseling for international students, and as well as social events that Jenna is going to talk to us a little bit about it in a couple minutes. So here are the ways that you can get in touch with us. We have our social media channels. We have our Instagram, which is the most popular one, where we try to keep our students updated with everything that happens at the Dashew Center and also around the campus. We have our Facebook page that kind of mirrors our Instagram. So it's also another resource if you prefer to use that platform. I'll talk a little bit about our website in a couple minutes, but I wanted to talk about our newsletters. That's also a great resource that we use here at the Dashew Center. We have two types of newsletters. We have one that goes out monthly, which is exclusive for international students and scholars. Once you get into UCLA, we'll automatically add you to that list. So you will get this newsletter once a month, usually is in the first Wednesday of that month, of the first week of the month. And that newsletter kind of covers a little bit of what's going on campus, if there is any deadline involving your visa or your status, we'll let you know over there. Or if you're traveling and you need to get a travel signature, we'll also remind you in that newsletter. And then on top of that, we share a lot of the resources that are available to you. So let's say you want to attend a workshop and you don't know what's coming up, we'll make sure to share that in our newsletters. If tax season's coming, like in a couple of weeks, for example, we'll also share some tax resources, some of the workshops that we hosted, everything will be there available to you. So you can take advantage of that great resource, which is the newsletters, and just stay up to date with everything that's happening. And then next, I'm going to share a quick website overview. I'm going to stop sharing because I think I was sharing the different screen. Okay, so here's our website, and you probably have already looked over once you were applying or trying to get in touch with us. So mainly, I wanted to share that we have a contact tab right here on top. So if you want to come in person or if you want to reach out to us virtually, here's where you can go straight and you can join our Zoom sessions that we have available. We also have a quick tab for you to schedule a counseling appointment if you want, Or if you want to come in person, we have our office location, how to contact Dashew. We also have information about the specific units that we have in our office, so you can contact them directly.
Your volume cut out a little bit, Caroline. Oh, yeah, I think you're better now.
You hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
And so our website, once you're here, this is your main area where you can navigate throughout, your time here at UCLA. You can find a lot of the helpful resources that you may need and you probably need. So here are in our website, we have the F1 student tab. So if you're a newly admitted student, you can go here and find what are your next steps. If you're on track with everything, you have a lot of good information here. If you're a J1 student, if you're a scholar, and then the other units are also here. So all the information, documents, and forms that you might request us are also available here. And then Tina is going to talk more about those forms and all the services that we have for our F1 students. But scrolling down here in our website, we also have these quick links, which are super helpful. So for example, tax season's here and the deadline is coming up. You can click here. You can find all the information about the workshops we offer. You can, even the basics. So how do I file my taxes, general information, and questions. So basically before, you can find all the information you need even before reaching out to us here. They're really helpful for you. We also have COVID-19 updates. Here was one of the main pages where we kept our students up to date with what was going on during the pandemic. Hopefully this page won't be necessary in a couple of months, but so far this is a great tab that you can come and see, like, what was the last update that we share with our students, which is that on April 7th, you see the dates. You can also see exclusive updates for you as an F1 or as a J1. And then going back here to the quick links, you have a page for resources for international students and scholars. So here you will find a lot of the resources that we have kind of all put together for you. You can find resources on academics, on once you get here, how to get started on getting a cell phone SIM card, or getting your plays or housing, all of that good stuff. It's here, it's available for you. Going back to the main page, you can also find some travel updates. In a couple months ago, we had a lot of travel restrictions enforced because of COVID, of course. So we try to keep our students up to date with everything that's happening. We also have direct messages that we send to our students via email, and they are all here archived and available to you if you need to access them at any time. We also have a couple of quick links for our programs here. In the website, we have a tab uniquely designed for iStart. So once before you come to UCLA, you'll be going through our orientation, and this is the page for our orientation. It will teach you how to create an account, how to access it, when will you be needing to complete the orientation as well. And a lot of other good stuff that you can find here, just like recreation, how to access what you're going to have on campus in terms of gyms, aquatics, and all of that. You also have information about our health center, which is the ASH Center here at UCLA. If you ever need to see a doctor, or if you have any concerns, you can go to them first. We also have psychological and health services available to international students, which are hosted by CAPS. And we also have an in-house person who helps our students. Her name is Hillary. You can find information on how to reach out to her right here. So yeah, our website, this was a quick overview. And then right here in the bottom, you also have the upcoming events. So whenever you don't know what's going on, you can go to the bottom of our website, and then this will link you to our community calendar. And you can just know what's going on campus and what's available to you. So this was a quick overview on our website. I'm going to share my screen again on a presentation. Oh. Okay, and I hope this was helpful. Excited to see you guys here on campus, virtually or in person. And I'm going to pass over to Jenna Bustamante to talk about our programs.
Thank you, Caroline. All right, so like Caroline said, I'm Jenna Bustamante. I am the program supervisor at Dashew Center, and I'm also Bruin myself. I got my master's degree back in 2014. So happy to be here presenting on our programming offerings. So we've got programs, events, intercultural exchange, and I'm going to talk a little bit about everything. So our programs target many different audiences, and for the most part, everybody is welcome at our events. Sometimes programs will target, they'll be maybe about F1 visas, so that's specifically for international students, but we do a lot of social events where we welcome everybody. So US students, international students, staff, faculty, dependents, a lot of grad students or scholars often come with spouses or children. And so we welcome them to our events too. And then obviously the wider UCLA community, because we want to get those cross-cultural, cross-campus interactions happening as well. Go to the next one. Great. So a little bit more, a few more details about what our programs look like. So these are some of our main goals. So we want to help folks develop their cross-cultural learning, adjust to life and culture, not only at UCLA, but also in the LA area and in the United States. To develop and practice languages, whether that's English or whether that's a totally new language that you're interested in learning, or something you want to maybe brush up on your Spanish skills after you took them, in high school or early college, or, and also to help foster a sense of community and belonging at UCLA, right? We want you to feel welcome at Dashew Center, welcome at our events, and feel like it's a place where you can feel comfortable. And also facilitate the building of friendships between people from around the world. So whether that's between domestic and international folks, or international people from all different corners of the globe, our goal is really to just be welcoming and inclusive of everyone. So a little bit about some of our specific programs. So these two programs here, our International Student Ambassador Program and the Global Siblings Program, are a couple of the ways that we address cross-cultural engagement. And both of these programs are also student leadership programs. So our International Student Ambassadors, they typically have between 20 and 30 every year, and they apply to represent a specific country or region that they are from, that they've lived in for a long period of time, that basically that they feel they know really well, and they would be a good representative of. And so students can apply after 3 quarters at UCLA. So unfortunately, brand new students aren't able to apply, but you just need to finish your first year at UCLA to be eligible to put in your application. And the ambassadors help us with all sorts of things. They work on projects to either, kind of have some social media plans, or to create programming in person or online. They're also called on to be at events like this one. We had an ambassador in here earlier, and also to participate on different panels for admissions or different offices on campus that would really like an international student representative to be present. So there's a ton more information on our website, so feel free to check that out if you're interested. And then a little bit about the Global Siblings Program. Currently, we're taking applications for coordinators, and our coordinators oversee Global Siblings families. And so this is one of our main programs that really tries to match up students looking to create those cross-cultural friendships. And you'll do outings with your coordinator, whether it's on campus for lunch or study sessions, or it's in the local Westwood neighborhood, or maybe further out in LA to go hiking or to go to a local museum. There's all sorts of things that our Global Siblings groups do. And so it's a really fun program. I've been to some of their events, I've seen them interact, and they have a really good time with it. So I highly encourage you, if you're a new student, to look into applying to be a global sibling. because everybody's eligible to participate as a global sibling. And those apps will open later this spring quarter and they'll close in the fall. So you will have time once you start at UCLA to submit that application. And again, if you have any questions about any of these programs, you can always send us an email. Okay, so language advancement. We have these two main programs where students, scholars, community members can work on their language skills. So we have language exchange, which is another like matching program. So folks will submit their applications, let us know, what their native language is, and then what languages it is that they would like to work on. And then we match people up. And this program is working both in person and virtual right now. So we leave it up to the participants to decide if they want to, maybe meet on campus or if maybe Zoom were them. So we appreciate that we can be flexible with that. I know that COVID regulations have loosened on campus because the numbers have been looking so good lately. But we want to give everybody that virtual option still. And then our virtual English language circle, this has been held over the last 2 years virtual. We're considering bringing it back in person in the fall, but we haven't decided yet, but regardless, the program will be happening. And this is just basically a casual environment for folks to have kind of like informal conversations, kind of like you would with your friend, like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? What are you doing this summer? Have you eaten anything good lately? Have you seen any good movies? Again, just casual ways to learn, to work on your English skills. And we have a great community member who leads this program. And she's really good with like identifying like slang or colloquial terms, and to help international students and scholars really define, those maybe funny American phrases. And this is held every quarter. So if you're interested, it will be here in the fall quarter. A little bit on health and wellness. So these are a couple of examples of workshops that we have done in collaboration with CAPS. And CAPS is Counseling and Psychological Services here on the UCLA campus. They're really great colleagues. We have a contact over there who's a staff psychologist, and she was actually an international student herself. So I've seen her really use that identity to connect with international students, which I think is awesome. Definitely helpful. And the topics of these workshops might seem like kind of heavy, but I think our staff and CAP staff like try to be really realistic about what our students are dealing with. We know that tough things might come up. And so the self-compassion workshop was one that we did last quarter in February, and the coping with racism and xenophobia is happening actually next week, so spring quarter. And again, they might seem like heavy topics, but we found that these are real things that, our students come up against being in the US, being in this brand new culture. And so, yeah, we address the light topics and we address the tough topics too. And our CAPS colleagues are really great resources. Highly encourage you to reach out to them or check out their website if you would like more information. So support workshops. These are a couple of the ways that we help international students and scholars navigate the different systems that exist in the US. So we have a tax workshop so that you know how to navigate, the tax system, filing your taxes. Everybody's required to file their taxes. And so we collaborate with some other colleagues at UCLA to put on this tax workshop, make you aware of, the proper documents to file. And then we also work with student legal services to help folks navigate the legal system if that's necessary. So maybe you have, maybe you come to the US and you end up, having a child, or maybe you get married while you're in the US. Maybe you're looking into like permanent residency, something like that, right? This would be a great place for you to go to ask those like legal or immigration questions that don't pertain to, your student status. Yeah, so a couple of examples. These are ongoing things that we'll do throughout the year. And if there's ever anything that you have a question about, maybe there's a system you need to navigate that you don't see on our website, reach out to us and we can see what we can do for you. Okay, and these are a couple of examples of social events that we are doing or we have done. So this grad student and scholar social is done in collaboration with the graduate student members of our ambassador group. So they've found that, you know, there's a need for casual socializing between grad students and scholars. And so we're doing this social in a couple of weeks. It's going to be happening at the botanical gardens on campus. So I'm excited about that because it looks really pretty in all of the photos. And we'll be providing a free lunch. We'll do giveaways. We'll have Dashew swag. And really, it's just an opportunity for folks to come together and meet each other, be in community, and, you know, hopefully make some good connections. And then this other example is of the welcome scavenger hunt that we did at the beginning of the fall quarter. So it was a lot of fun. Students could come in groups, they could come on their own, and we would match them up with teams. And we were doing giveaways, and they would go around campus and take, like, they had different, you know, tasks to meet, like take a photo in front of Bradley, which is the building that the Dashew Center is located in, or, you know, go to this, you know, go to the Jan steps on campus, which are like these really tall, long steps, and take a photo there. So lots of cool different things, right? So whether we do the scavenger hunt or not, we haven't totally finalized our plans, but we will be doing another welcome event at the beginning of fall quarter. So keep an eye on our website and our social media for that. And I think I'm just about done here. We also have, real quick before we wrap up, another social event that we have that we're super excited about that is coming back this quarter. It's called World Cafe. So this is like a really big event that we haven't been able to do since before the pandemic. And so that's why we're so excited that it's coming back this quarter. And we typically do it from 1 to 3 times a year, just depending on what the schedule looks like. But we feature cafe drinks from around the world. We work with a great catering staff on campus. And this event is going to be happening right in the center of campus at a really beautiful location called Kirchhoff Salon. It's really cool. We're really excited about it. Students and other attendees can again taste cafe drinks and different snacks and pastries from around the world. And again, we'll have giveaways, so it's going to be really fun. We're looking forward to it. And so my last little info here to wrap up is just ways to contact us and find more information on our upcoming programs. So we have our email here. We have the event calendar on the Dashew website that Caroline gave you a quick glimpse of. Our Instagram account, which Caroline keeps like really updated with all of our current stuff going on. And then the UCLA community calendar. So all of our events are located there as well as all of the other events on the campus. So you can find events from all of our colleagues, all the departments, big events happening, like special speakers and folks that are coming. So all of these are ways to find out more info. So I'm really excited to welcome you to campus. I look forward to seeing you at a future event, either in person or online. And yeah, thanks so much for listening. I'm done with my turn, and I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Tina now.
Thank you, Jenna. Welcome, everyone. I'm Tina Bruin. I'm the Assistant Director for Student Visa Services at the Dashew Center. My portion of the presentation is to walk you through, if you are an F1 student coming to UCLA, I will be walking you through the necessary steps to get your I-20 documents and provide you more details on what type of visa services we are providing to international students. Next slide, please. So at the Dashew Center, we are the one-stop shop for all international students and scholars that have any questions regarding to their visa status while studying at UCLA. We do visa counseling services from with visa counseling services via one-on-one students appointments, and providing additional resources and support and advocacies to our international students community. We guide your experience, especially the Bruin experience, from anywhere from I-20 request documents to pre-arrival visa application information and to post-arrival when you get to UCLA. Next, please. And also, if we do have one-on-one visa counseling appointment with our counselor. Currently, we are still hosting the one-on-one counseling appointment via Zoom. And we're hoping that may be changed in the future, that we would like to bring back the in-person services, certainly depending on the campus COVID-19 protocol. But it seems like that the COVID-19 is kind of easing up a little bit within UCLA. So we do look forward to see that resume again. And we also, in addition to providing visa counseling to students, we also address any questions that they may have with regards to travel, getting their new passport or renewing their passport if it's needed, and supporting documents such as, DMV questions that you may have. How do I obtain a social security number once I secure on-campus employment? And then once you're here, once you are all eligible to engage in off-campus employment, our office also assists you with various employment authorizations while you're studying at UCLA, and for post-degree completion work authorizations as well. And then, or any travel questions that you may have during your time here at UCLA for a short travel, long travel. Even we do have students, international students who do study abroad, going to a third country for a quarter or a year doing their study abroad in a third country. So all of that, we can, part of the Dashew Center, we can assist you with that if that ever comes up. And if you are coming to UCLA as an F1 student, and I hope after today's presentation, UCLA will be your choice of school, then if so, please be sure to submit your SIR by the deadline date. And we highly encourage students to submit their online I-20 request documents as early as possible, just to avoid any possible delays when it comes to travel. And we are still in somewhat COVID restrictions as far as US embassies and consulate around the world. They may have limited or reduced visa appointment services for that reason. Once you submitted your documents, our current processing timeline is 10 business days. And once your I-20 are ready to issue to you, they will be issued electronically. But any students who wish to receive their paper format I-20, we're more than happy to send them to you as well. And any questions that you may have along the way, please don't hesitate to reach out to us by emailing us at uclai20@saonet.ucla.edu. Our team members are ready to assist you with that process. And next, and then once you arrived on campus at UCLA in the fall, there will be all international students are required to complete iStart at UCLA, which is the international orientation component in addition to your freshman orientation. that is provided by the university. And students will also be notified to complete the post-arrival visa check-in within 30 days from the start date of their program and up to the second week of the quarter. Next, please. And I'm concluding our presentation, and we want to give you enough time to ask any questions that you may have for any of us here. And thank you for joining us today.
Hi, I have a question. May I go ahead?
Yeah, go for it.
So what are some of the on-campus jobs that international students typically take up, and when can they apply for them?
So there are a lot of on-campus employment opportunities for students. So one good way I would recommend students